Welcome back in to Two Country Home. Today we're going to do a harvest on another bed of potatoes. This is a 4x8 bed. We planted 14 seed potatoes. These are Mountain Rose. It's the first time we've ever planted them here on Two Country Home, so we're going to go ahead and see if what kind of yield we can get from them and see how they perform for us. These have been in now as of today for 100 days, so we'll see if we've done well or done average. Looks like they could maybe have stayed a little longer. Seed potatoes still a little bit intact, but you can see there's some that aren't developed, but we did get 3 fairly nice ones off so far. Straight pulling the plant. These vines will take and compost. Not bad. Seem to be putting on a good amount. As you can see, you planted one seed potato, but it puts off multiple. You can see the multiple plants where it came from. The seed potato had multiple eyes on it, so it's grown 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stems from the one seed potato. Seem to be real large, but it does seem to produce about 7 or 8 potatoes per seed. So that's pretty nice. Like I say, this is the first time we've ever tried these. Wasn't sure how they do in zone 9A. But so far I really can't complain. Of course, the smaller potatoes are really good for eating new. Very young and tender. See, on this one has a little bit of splitting due to some of our moisture levels. We haven't had a whole lot of rain, and when the bed gets watered, then it often causes potatoes to split, but you can cut around that. It doesn't hurt them. It's just one of those things with the way the weather is and not having steady rain or irrigation. Through and pull up what I can by hand, and then we'll go ahead and fork the bed. Here at Two Country Home, we try to practice no dig, which is obviously a little hard to do when you're digging potatoes, but we do the best we can not to disturb the soil any more than we need to. Once these beds are done, we'll go back and top them off with some fresh compost. Going into summer here, we'll probably put a green manure crop into these. Be turned under to get the bed ready for fall planting. get pretty far down. Some are getting quite a ways down. There's the seed potato that was planted. Like I say, we'll come back and fork this up. A lot of small ones, but those are good for soups and stews. Now everybody's always hoping for the big one. Again, the seed potato coming up. Some plants, seed potato gets exhausted. Other places, it's still fairly intact. That's a lot better. Trying to just test different varieties for our climate. Like this year we put in 4 or 5 different varieties. Just to see how they do. Say these are mountain rose, so they'll have a dark skin on the outside and a light pale to red interior when they're cut open. Sort of a gourmet potato is the way it was described. It is an early season producer, or maturing I should say. Typically try to get off of 4x8 bed like this. We try to, if we're lucky, to average a 5-gallon pail, which is about a 30-pound yield, which from 14 seed potatoes is not that bad. We'll see how, if that turns out to be true in this particular bed. Say it's been really dry here. I haven't watered much lately. Obviously, towards the end of the cycle on the potatoes, you want to try to dig them when it's as dry as possible. Just makes it easier to get them out. Helps them cure and store a little better. Some are, you know, your average size. Some are obviously a little bit smaller. Some have more than others. Living here in Zone 9A, you often have a problem in these beds as the soil is loose. We have a big problem in the garden with fire ants. Of course, they don't really damage potatoes too much, but digging them if you have them, it's not real pleasant. But not much you can do being organic. You can't really put any chemicals on. If you have a big hill, you could bring some hot water. Try to boil them a little bit. compost bin after this. The compost help develop compost for next year. Work my way over to this other side of the bed. Nice weather this morning. Woke up in the 60s, so probably one of the last times. You know, we're getting into our summer here, which gets pretty warm. So looks like I put a wet potato in this particular area. Be getting a little less on this end. See, it gets a little bit more shade here. You can see the sunlight even this morning. That's a little more shady. In the afternoon, obviously, it's a little bit different. They don't get quite as much full sun as the other areas. Producing on its way up. Got about a half a bucket there, so maybe a little behind normal, but see how it comes out. Say we're just trying to test some new varieties, see what does well and what we may want to put in the next year or not. Obviously, what tastes good is important. Big reason for growing food is to have fresh organic food, not to have to be relying on the supermarket. Hope you like our content on backyard gardening. We just trying to get established, but if you like our channel, please click like and subscribe. That helps us to, as we're starting out. We're going to be bringing you weekly videos. As we go along. say, these all seem to be mid-size. I'm not seeing anything real long or big. We'll see once we fork the bed if there's any further down. Yeah, we would appreciate it if you'd like and subscribe. Help us get off to a good start. Say we're in zone 9A, so we're coming to more to the end of our, definitely the end of our spring planting season. Generally speaking, the end of a big part of our garden. During the summer, it's mostly sweet potatoes and okra and those sorts of things, but normal crops that everybody else puts in, those are finished by this time here. Try to pull out all the little potatoes as well, because not so much for eating, but they will grow back if you don't. Which is not a bad thing unless you're planting something else there. So we're coming to the last few. Have a couple down this end yet to pull. And get these pulled out here. See if there's anything to show. I think these were a white potato. I had a few extra seeds here. Ran out of the mountain rose. Actually, these are a masquerade potato, which is another type we planted. As you can see, it's got a nice coloration of red and white on the skin. White potato on the inside. They produce okay for us, not as well as some of the others, but like I say, I was just trying out several different types, seeing what did and didn't, and then we plan accordingly next season. Plants got a little bit tall and lanky before they fell over, so didn't expect a whole lot out of these here. But you know, some made average size. Not a bad looking potato. Get out this last one right here. Like I say, we'll come through, dig these up again, see if we missed anything. Move over here, try to get these last two out. You'll notice here in the corner when we get there, I'll explain about the fire ants, because there's a big fire ant mound right here. So we're gonna have to kind of tread lightly when we pull that last one, because it's not going to be pleasant. If you never dealt with fire ants the first time, you'll know, because they're not easy to get along with. And we'll work that last two. Looks like we're approaching a bucket, which is sweet potato. This is what I was hoping to average. We'll see. Work back here. As you can see, there's the fire ant mound. There's the fire ant mound, so that's what you got to be careful with. As I say, it builds up on the stems. Doesn't often hurt the potatoes, but you got to be careful when you're harvesting. You'll feel it on your hands. We'll try to get this, not agitate them before we have to. So we live here in obviously an urban setting, small backyard. Just try to grow as much as we can with the space we have. Often comes with its trials and tribulations. Looks like getting on towards a full bucket. Let me see how we can maneuver this last one out of here. So there you can see what you have to deal with here in Zone 9A with the fire ants. It's never a good thing. I'm gonna let that calm down a little bit before I go back in there. But as you can see, produced a pretty decent bed. A couple of them have split because of the moisture, like I say. But all in all, it's about almost a full bucket, which is probably 28 or so pounds. So I find this bucket's to average about 30 pounds. So like I say, you shouldn't be scared. A small area like this, you can grow quite a bit of food. These 30 pounds of potatoes will last, a family of two, which is what we are for quite a bit of time. You just need to try to get out there. You don't have to make, these beds are cedar with galvanized metal. You don't need anything fancy. You don't even really need a bed. You can just mound dirt, especially for potatoes. But I encourage everybody to get out and plant something. It's just it's good physical activity, if nothing else. Like I say, once again, I appreciate if you'd like and subscribe, and I hope everyone has a good Sunday, and we'll talk to you later from Two Country Home.